Are you a burnt out overachiever buried in responsibilities? Do you miss laughing with your friends, just laughing from the gut? Do you remember that? Do you feel like life's passing you by? If you've been wishing for some kind of a shift, you're in the right place. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Hope, the show where we take you off the hamster wheel by ditching the to-do list for the to-don't list. This is where you get to learn how to make that lonely ache vanish, learn self-compassion techniques, and to give yourself grace. I'm Lauren Abrams, and I get to help you feel that magic again since going through my own dark night of the soul, so you can learn from my experience and the mentors and experts I meet along the way. And today we're talking about overcoming the overwhelm. Do you ever feel like you want a vacation from your life? Just a few days off? No offense to anyone, but just some time to breathe? That's how you know you're in the overwhelm. I've got you. Listen right now and learn instant solutions so you get to relax, feel calm, and not feel like a pressure cooker ready to explode. You get to be present for your life and align with who you really want to be and do the things you really want to do. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Hope. So I've been listening to episodes back when I listened to them before they're released. And the last few about self-compassion and self-soothing techniques, when I listen to them, they make me feel good. I do what I suggest. I put my hand on my heart to give myself grace. And it's a good self-soothing technique. I talk about how that's just something I learned in the last year. Maybe you already knew that. Maybe everybody knew that but me, but it's something I just learned. And it's just a way to slow down, and instant soothing technique, putting your hand on your heart and whatever's happening, say this belongs and things like that. And I'm making sure that I meditate, and I'm going to put some meditations, some short reboot your day and loving kindness meditations onto YouTube, and I'll put them in our Facebook group just for calming. I mean, everybody's feeling it and in the overwhelm right now, so they feel good. And so I was having some work that I've just been procrastinating on done in the house, been wanting to have it done for the last 2 years, and someone was here and he said to me, he said, "You have a very calming way about you." Okay. In my lifetime, nobody has ever said that to me. I told my daughter, she said, "Well, I know my energy." And somebody actually said to me once, this is a long time ago, said, "You know, you don't always have to be on." And I said, "What?" In my head, I said, "What?" And I did ask her what she meant. She said, "It's just my energy levels is just very high." And she thought I was always performing or needed to be on for my friends. And I always remember that, thinking it's just me. This is who I am and how I am. But now that I meditate regularly and I'm doing all of these different self-soothing techniques and self-compassion and the different things that I'm learning, I'm trying to teach you. I mean, we're all a work in progress and learning along the way. That it was so interesting. Somebody said I was a calming technique. He was coming from another house of a producer, and she lived nearby. I go, "Oh, what's her name?" I was thinking, "Oh, well, I can make a friend. You're much." He was saying, that's when he said, "I'm a calming presence and don't want to meet her. And who knows, maybe I can make a new friend." But just so interesting. So when you're in the overwhelm, you don't need another master class. I mean, I've certainly done all those too. You don't need another master class. You don't need to do more things. The thing to do is to stop, slow down, and take a look at everything you're doing and cross off. Just do the 3 most important things and to just breathe. And I actually just took a few days, and I was just quiet. I meditated. I started exercising again. And just those few days, I feel like I have a total and complete reboot. It's amazing what just a few days can do. I didn't know how much I needed it. And I'm back in nature a little bit. Everything that I know makes me feel better, which is being in nature, exercise, meditation, just getting out and getting some sun. I love being in the sun. And it's just, I mean, and I know it's winter and there's a lot of places that you can go for just a few days. And if you're able to do that, I can't stress it enough. When I was raising my kids, I would take quarterly breaks to recharge my batteries. And I mean, I would have somebody watch the kids for a long weekend, and I would just go on kind of a mini retreat. It's where I learned to meditate, actually. And because I mean, if I didn't recharge my batteries, I couldn't take care of anyone else. I couldn't be of service anyplace else. I actually thought I was getting depressed by last week, which I'm not a depressive type, and I'm really grateful for that. But there's just so much going on, and everybody has stuff going on, and just being and taking a few days and doing the things that I know help with the overwhelm, which is, it's just all the basics. It's the meditation, the exercise, it's nature, it's sunshine. Any kind of sunshine at all helps me feel better. But also, when you're in the overwhelm, going and taking a deep breath. Do a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold that for 4 and then breathe out for 4 and do that 4 times. There's different names for it, but it's soothing in the moment. And where are your feet right now? When you're in overwhelm, to stay right now in the present moment, it really helps. And keeping your life to the 3 most important things that you have to do right for that day, just for that day. And before I go to sleep at night, or before you go to sleep at night, what are the 3 most important things you have to do the next day? And keep it to that. Do those first. Those are the first things you do, even if they're usually the things I want to do the least, because those are the things that overwhelm me. Not doing those, that keeps me overwhelmed. So getting those out of the way, even if they're the things that I don't want to do, get them done. Just get those done and you'll feel good. Boost everything in you to get them done. It makes you feel good, and you get self-esteem by doing esteemable acts. So getting the things that you were dreading the most done will make you feel better. And so doing deep breathing, doing the things you didn't want to get done. Those kinds of things will help with the overwhelm. But also, when you want to take just a vacation from your life, it's okay. You could if you're able to take a couple days, take a couple days. It's such a sign that you need that. Even if it's just 24 hours or 48 hours, that's huge. It's huge. And you deserve it. You really do. But you also might want to take a look at, where is your life? Do you need a shift? Is it aligned with what you really want to be doing? Life's short. If you're not doing what you really want to be doing, take a look at that. There's a whole way. I've got a bunch of episodes on that too. But right now, just look at the overwhelm and breathe. Breathe into whatever it is you're feeling. Take a look at that. If you're not sure what you're feeling, look at the feelings chart. Just Google feelings chart. Is it overwhelmed? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to take a look at what you're doing and where you're at? Write down everything that's overwhelming you and see how much of it is real. Some of it's all in our head and we think it's happening, but it's not. Maybe it's something you're afraid of happening in the future. So you're just thinking about it. If you write down everything that's overwhelming you, look at how much is really happening, how much is future and how much is past and how much is in the present moment really happening right now. Because a lot of times what is overwhelming you isn't happening right now. It's just in your head. And that helps a lot. And then just breathe while you're doing it. And that actually could take maybe 3 minutes to write down a list. It doesn't take long at all. Just make a list, because then you see it in front of you and then you can breathe. And how much has to get done right now. And I am so against to-do lists. This is just a list of what's overwhelming you. Are you getting enough sleep? Sleep is huge. Are you hungry? If you're too hungry and you're too tired, that's the same thing with my kids. It was always, are they hungry or tired? Are they hungry or tired? My brother and I would always talk about that, because those were the big, that's always it. And I'm the same way. If I'm hungry or tired, forget it. Are you taking care of yourself that way? Are you doing the basics? And when I say exercise, walk. Just take a walk. Go out and walk and clear your head without your phone, without any device. Can you stay off of social media? I've been off of social media for a good week now. That helps a lot, because it depresses me. And so there's certain things that are really, really good for your mental health and your mental well-being. There's 2. I've got a list of 10 things that can bring you joy. If that'll help, you can go to the website, you can get that, or you can just email me. I'll send you that. It's a link. I'll have it as a link in the show notes for this. If you look at the description of this episode, there'll be a link at the bottom for 10 things to bring you joy. When you look at the list of things that are overwhelming you, how many can you delegate? Delegate them. Give them away. Don't stay in control. Are you a control freak? Give it up. Oh my gosh. Anything you can delegate it. Just let somebody else do that stuff. Then breathe. I can't stress the breathing enough. Are you paying attention to your breathing? Are you holding your breath? There's so many different breathing techniques, but just pay attention. Are you breathing? And do some deep breathing. Breathe. Just do some deep breaths. Put your hand on your heart and do some deep breaths. It's so soothing, and it's instantly soothing. That's the thing about it. It's so instantly soothing. Breathe in love. Breathe in the love of the universe. Whatever works for you, just breathe in. Breathe in all that's good and breathe out all that negative energy. Breathe that in and breathe out all that negative energy. You've got this. And then look after yourself. Don't surround yourself with people that are going to just be bringing you down. Who are you surrounding yourself with? I mean, sometimes you can't help it with certain people, but are you surrounding yourself with people who are just bringing you down and they're overwhelming you? Are you doing too much for other people and not taking care of yourself? Take a look at that. You want to be around people that are building you up, telling you how great you are, because you are, and you've got something that you want to do and that you're not aligned with. You want people that are telling you what a great idea that is, because it is. If you're thinking of doing it and you're feeling like that's something that you're really called to do, then you are called to do that. I mean, that's put in your head for a reason. So you want to be around other people that are supporting you and building you up for that. You don't want anybody who is dragging you down or trying to pull you in some other direction. You want to be around other people that are are just telling you, hey, that's a great idea. You're perfect for that, because you are. And then surrender to that. Surrender to it. Just give in. You have to surrender to win. If you've got something going on, just give into it. Just give in, no resistance, go with the flow and focus on what's good. Whatever you focus on grows. Yeah. Whatever you tell yourself you're right and whatever you focus on grows. So you want to focus on the good. Look for the good in everything. There's something good to look for no matter what's going on. You will find something good in everything. You just will. So focus on the good instead of going, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Instead say, I've got this. I've got this. And look at that list and see what you can take off of that. Delegate, see how much of it's real, because some of it might not even be real, might just be stuff that's later in the future and you don't even need to be dealing with. Some of it happened already and you can let it go. Just surrender it, let it go. It's not happening today. And how much of it is just real. And then make sure you're doing what lights you up. What fills you with joy when you think about it? What absolutely makes you happy? Because if you're wanting a vacation from your life, which I just took a few days and did, and oh my gosh, I just feel rejuvenated. And I know you're like, yeah, good for you, Lauren. It wasn't much. I mean, I'm working from where I'm at, but barely. I'm working as minimally as possible and taking care of my mental health because I needed it. And I didn't realize just how much I needed it until I was here taking a bit of a break. And so the same is probably true for you because you were drawn to this episode for a reason. And if you're listening to it, there's a reason for it. So give yourself a break. Give yourself the grace you need to just breathe. Take a few days if that's what you need, or just take a look at what's going on and see how much of it's real and see if you're aligned with what and who you really want to be and what you want to be doing. Because if you're not doing what builds you up and fills you with joy, take a look at that. I have a whole bunch of tools on the website that can help you out, and hopefully on the email list. And I will get those meditations out onto YouTube and onto the Facebook group. I'll also do some live meditations starting next month, so that can help too. I just think we all really need that right now, and you can just join in whenever you want. They'll be short, 5, 10, 15-minute meditations. I'll do a lot of different ones. Also, I'd love to hear from you. If you would like to talk about what it is that made you discover the pause, what it is that makes you pause, how you take a pause in your day or in your life, what it is, I would love to hear from you and put you on for even 5 minutes to talk about how do you pause? How do you take a break? What is it? How do you slow down and what made you slow down? For me, it was a health thing years ago. And when I went, something is definitely wrong, when I don't know whether to go to the hospital or to go to court, when the doctor called me. And that's when I knew something was definitely wrong with my life. So what is it that made you ever decide something's wrong here? I would love to hear from you. And like I said, I'd love to put you on for like 5 minutes answering the question if you would like to do that. So go ahead and email me, DM me, and Lauren at 52weeksahope.com. And it would be really fun to hear from you. I'm Lauren Abrams. Thanks for listening. This gets inserted into an earlier part. There's a few other things you can do when you're in the overwhelm. First, pause. Pause, breathe, close your eyes and just breathe and feel it, because you have to feel your feelings. If you don't feel your feelings, it's going to come out in some other form. So close your eyes, feel the feelings. Know you have to name it to claim it. So know that you're in overwhelm. Feel that. So feel where you feel it in your body and name it to claim it. When you say, I feel overwhelmed, that takes off a lot of it. So feel where you feel that in your body and feel it all the way through. And then if you've made your list of everything that's making you feel overwhelmed, cross off everything you can. Cross off all of it and actually shift your body. If you can move your chair to some other direction, do something to shift, actually shift yourself. There's studies that say that just shifting your body, you can do a few jumping jacks before you do this. So do something. You want to move your body, shift it in some other direction. Do anything to move your body that has an actual chemical effect in your brain. And then make a list of everything that's causing you an overwhelm and cross off anything and everything you can, whatever you can delegate. Like I said, delegate it. And anything that isn't happening in the present moment, just cross that off too, because it's not happening. You're a control freak and you can just take a look at that, because if it isn't happening for today, just take a look what's actually happening, because that really helps. So name it to claim it. Breathe, shift your body on the list of everything causing you overwhelm, what's currently really happening, what can you delegate, and take a deep breath and step away. The last thing I'm going to mention is there's somebody who says that when you shift activity, then just step away completely. I mean, everybody can't take a day or two off from your life, even though you can wish for it and you can manifest that. But in the meantime, then shift activities completely. Call somebody else and ask them how they're doing. I know it seems like one more thing, but checking on somebody else will make you feel better. It just will. So go and see somebody if you're able to, or call and see how someone else is doing, because everybody needs that right now. There's a loneliness factor that's just so high. So checking on somebody else will make you feel better. It just does. 100% of the time, helping someone else, doing any kind of act of service will help you 100% of the time. It just does. So that is another way. Following that outline will help the overwhelm. So put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and follow that outline, and you're overwhelmed. You'll just notice a difference about you. It works. It really does. If you've got other tools and tips, I'd love to hear from you.